Make the most of what you've got to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom today, to coincide a little bit with this year's annual challenge, the Get Your Goals annual challenge, is to make the most of what you've got. This is an incredibly powerful philosophy and saying. It's been around since it was first recorded in 1526, so it's been with us for hundreds and hundreds of years. Anything that's been with us as a society and a culture for hundreds and hundreds of years, chances are, has had an impact on our life or the people that we interact with. And this has definitely had an impact on my life. Making the best of things, you get out of things what you put into them. Make the most of your skills and abilities and gifts, right? We all are born with certain gifts and talents, and we want to build on those to create a happy life, a life that we want. And it basically just means to use or enjoy something as much as we possibly can. So, if you're tall and skinny, you use and enjoy that. If you're short and klutzy, you enjoy that. You find what your strengths are and you build on those. Kind of the opposite of what I learned in school, right? And in corporate America. Basically, people point out your flaws, what's wrong with you, what's you need to work on, what your weaknesses are. And I think that's probably flipped over the last few decades, at least in some cultures and some environments. Not all. There are still some really bad cultures and businesses out there and bad organizations, but that's just inherent in our world, right? We live in a polar universe, so there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. We get to choose what we're going to participate with. I say let's choose to make the world a better place, and let's choose to use what we have to the best of our abilities to make the world a better place. So I found an interesting, as I was researching this idiom, I found some tips and things. How do you make the most of what you've got? How do you make the most of your time? How do you make the most of? And I'm going to tell you, I got a little frustrated because you get to see a few of the tips when you run a Google search and go to the article, but until you sign in and join the newsletter or join the email list or join the whatever, you don't get the whole list. Now, I get it. As an online business person and marketer, I understand the strategy behind that, but I also feel as a human being and a consumer, hey, I just want the list for a quick fix of information. I don't need to sign another newsletter because at my age, I've got lots of them and I can't see very well, so I don't really need or want another newsletter. Anyway, the things we talk about, the things we think about, the things we actually know but we maybe aren't doing pop onto all those lists. Make a list is actually the first one on several of those lists. Do you have a list? I say set goals. Do you have a goal? Do you know where you're going? Do you know what you're working toward? Eat well, take care of yourself, go for a walk, make your bed in the morning, get up early. All of these lists, like anything else, you have to, be exposed to them, choose what works for you and do that. Stretch your comfort zone and try a few things that you might not ever have tried, and you'll discover, oh my God, that works perfectly for me. I love making my bed every morning. Actually, didn't used to do that. My son's like, Mom, you're supposed to make your bed every morning. That's what you told, my sister and I, and how come you don't do it? So I started doing it, and now it's just automatic. It's part of my morning routine where I get up, I make my bed, I put on all the throw pillows, and then at night I take off all the throw pillows. It's just what I do. Identify your distractions, not just distractions, because our world is like we're inundated with attention getting distractions. But what is your personal distraction? Some people drink alcohol. Some people do drugs. Some people are addicted to gambling or TV, or it doesn't have to be an addiction, but is something that you use to distract yourself. I know a lot of people that are shoppers. I never got the shopping bug, but a lot of people love to just shop. And I'm saying that because I just got back from an event in Texas called Round Top. And it's got 4,000 vendors, and it's this big antique, mostly outdoor. I'm not like anything I've ever seen before. It was amazing. I'm sure there's things like that around the world, but I haven't seen them, so it was pretty cool for me. What's a couple other things on the list? So identify your distractions, because that's where the opportunity lies for yourself and your organization in terms of making quantum leaps and strides as you're growing and building your business. This list, one of the lists I found said, don't multitask. And I have my own personal feelings about multitasking. I say sometimes we have to multitask when necessary. I had 2 kids. I couldn't only pay attention to one child at a time, or the other one might have gotten into danger. So I say that's one of my favorite sayings is if women couldn't multitask or caregivers and parents couldn't multitask, the species would cease to exist because we got to be able to pay attention to more than one thing at a time. Now, that's different than choosing when to focus on what's important and to be present. Those are all topics, right? There's almost hardly anything in life is a straight this or that. This is always the right thing to do in any given situation. Yeah, not really. Identify what you love and do more of that. Plan for tomorrow. I know so many people that just don't have any plans. They don't have goals. They don't have plans. They don't have objectives. Probably shouldn't admit that, but there are people, and I would say the vast majority of the population does not set goals. I don't interact with those people that much, but I know them and know of them. So that's just some of the items off the partial lists that I could see. Share in the comments below what you do and how you make the most of what you've got in order to grow and build and supersize your business. Now, you know me, of course, that doesn't mean that we don't continually improve and grow and get the things that we need to supersize and grow our business. It just means we use what we've got to the best of our ability, because then we create more of what we need to grow our business. All right, have an awesome day. Love to know your take on this idiom. And of course, I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to grow and build and supersize your business? Have an awesome day.